My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Cancerians. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general love reading of 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these two beautiful roses as a token of my love and appreciation for you all for your wonderful, amazing devotion and love towards me. Thank you so much for choosing me as your Vampire Tarot guide reader. This 5 card love reading includes where the first card represents you, the second the other person, the third the relationship, the fourth the past, the fifth the future. Then I'm going to draw a vampire oracle for you, and then a favole, and then one from the French Interdit Vampire tarot card deck. Let's start with card number 1, which is for you. The Devil. Interesting. Okay, well, the devil has, different meanings and stuff like that. I mean, in a regular tarot setting, it's kind of like being stuck and confined and having kind of like, self-doubt, lack of faith, and all kinds of negativity and fear and anxiety and depression and stuff like that. But in this love reading, I mean, okay, you could have Capricorn somewhere in your star chart. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. But the devil in this kind of reading is kind of like eroticism. It's like lust and desire. It's like, it's like, well, the forbidden fruit kind of feeling, it's like, yeah, your cravings. And the thing is, it's like a lot of humans, it's like, yeah, but what they crave is not always going to benefit them and stuff like that. So what I actually see here is you kind of give out this kind of, lusty kind of desire that a lot of humans crave and stuff like that. I mean, of course, well, for, the negative aspects, not really negative, but in the sense, that they probably just sense more eroticism and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of cancers are very, very beautiful, I mean, a lot of water signs for that matter, but I always thought that, cancers are very beautiful individuals. So it's like you really, give out this kind of vibe, that attracts a lot of humans and stuff like that. So, but anyway, it's like, yeah, for the ones who are in a relationship, it's like, you sort of give that kind of vibe. But for the ones who are single, I mean, I feel like the same, story applies to you, for the ones who are both single and in a relationship. Let's see who the other person is. Oh, a star. It could be an Aquarius you could be dealing with. Ooh, interesting. And so what the star is all about, it's a wish fulfillment. So maybe, it's like, yeah, the other person could be, your desired wish fulfillment. It doesn't per se have to be an Aquarius, but maybe, it's like if you're currently in a very happy, harmonious connection, maybe you found the true love of your life, husband, wife, whoever it is, boyfriend, girlfriend. But yeah, it's like you really, you found your star wish fulfillment with this individual of whoever it may be. And wow, many happy, anniversaries to come, for you both. I really hope everything works out for you both. And for the ones who are still in a single, situation, it's like a lot of a lot of humans want their wishes, dreams, and desires to come true. But the thing is about the devil is you kind of also give off of this kind of desire as well. So it's like you both could be kind of like each other's wish fulfillment in other ways. So I mean, if you haven't found, this person, whoever it may be, I really hope that someday that you guys will cross paths, and then it's pretty much like how my, parents met, is that their eyes just met, and then it was mostly like that traditional love at first sight kind of feeling. So maybe you guys might be, dealing with something like that. I can't say for sure, but that's kind of what I'm getting in this reading for you both. What's the relationship like? Oof, death. My goodness. Yeah, one of the cards I pulled, for the vampire, I mean, this was technically, him and I, will back them. But the thing is about death. It's like an act of rebirth. So, the thing is, it's like you guys, could be renewing your vows. Maybe you guys are reminiscing about the past or any kind of rebirthing for that matter. It's like, having this, new beginning of some kind. Maybe you guys, have been through, like an anniversary of some kind, or maybe you're in the process of some kind of anniversary. But either way, I just love the fact that even though, death is technically, and yeah, a negative kind of situation, but technically it's also a form of new beginnings as well. Now, for the ones who are single, I just see that there's definitely some kind of rebirthing taking place. So that's why, it's like you guys could be heading towards each other, just, maybe, you're doing a lot of self-improvement and self-development. And maybe that's what's, you're having some kind of, renewal or rebirthing moment taking place in your current time right now. So that is what I actually mostly see from this. And that's why, it's like, yeah, you kind of maybe, you're in the process of a makeover, and then, a lot of humans then, just crave you and desire you, because that's what also, the negative, or, the romantic aspects of the devil would be, is craving and desire and stuff like that. So maybe, you're just, going through some kind of makeover of some kind. So that's what the rebirthing could also be like. But what is the past? Page of Pentacles. Okay. For the ones who are actually in a very harmonious connection, you could also have Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo somewhere in your star chart, but it looks like that you're the one that instigated this proposal, and happy home, happy hearth, happy family for you both. My goodness. Congratulations. I really hope everything works out, for the best for you both, whoever you are, whoever the other person is, and stuff like that. But for the ones who are still single, maybe you did try a few proposals and maybe to no avail. But what I've mentioned in my previous love readings and in other readings and stuff like that, if you've been rejected or refused, for just basic human reasons and stuff like that, the thing is, please always consider it the other person's grand loss and never your loss. Because the thing is, it's like, if it's usually some kind of timing thing. You'll find Mr. or Mrs. Right, when the time is right and stuff like that. And sometimes, it's like a lot of humans, they're just too one-sided. So then they only focus on one aspect about what they want and crave and desire and stuff like that. But I mean, and maybe that's why, you're going through like some kind of makeover process right now, because maybe, you want to actually, draw so many, humans, to crave and desire you as well. So maybe, I find that admirable and remarkable, that a lot of humans, when they've been through, negative experiences, whether, they've been, rejected and refused and stuff like that, then they do a lot of self-development, self-improvement, and then they exude this new kind of, lust and desire and craving and stuff like that. And then, this is where, the other, side comes in. Should that other person come back to you and say, oh, wow, I underestimated you, Cancer. I never knew this one other aspect about you. Ignore them and leave them. And just, allow that man or woman, whoever, will reject or refuse you, leave them. Because, it's like, the fact is, is what you could even say is to say, well, thank you for, helping me. You'll bring out this desired, sensation and stuff like that, because, it's like, it's like, other humans probably deserve you more and stuff like that, because, they'll probably be more loving and accepting, and maybe they're also going through like a personal renewal or makeover kind of situation as well. So, and that's kind of like, what do you call them? The revenge tactic, but don't really see it as a revenge tactic, but mostly, is just to, teach other humans, a lesson, in the sense, it's that there's more than what meets the eye and stuff like that. So, but let's see what the future is like. 9 of Cups, fulfillment for my beautiful Cancerians. Oh my goodness, I'm so honored and happy. Again, you could be in a very fulfilled single life, or in a very beautiful, committed relationship with whoever it is. Or maybe, it's like you just draw so much attention toward yourself that you just want to be seen as a shiny beacon, that a lot of humans, they're pretty much just looking up at you like you're anything, this, wow, thinking, wow, I want to be with Cancer. And then you can pretty much just kind of give off this vibe of thinking, you can crave and desire me, but I will not go any further than that. I mean, again, 100% whatever you want out of this, but I do see some kind of fulfillment for you in the future. Wow. Okay, what does Oracle have? The monster within, internal struggle, personal challenges, and wanting to improve. Now that is what I'm talking about. Improve, improve, improve. And the thing is, it's like when you're in the process of having some kind of like renewal or some kind of rebirthing moment taking place in your life, my beloved Cancerians, please enjoy the process. If you want to, change your hair color, if you want to get clearer skin, if you want to lose weight, if you want to go to the gym, if you want to eat healthy, if you want to, a lot of humans, they, will get their teeth, except for mine, with those like, metal wires and stuff like that, what the human has told me about, or even contacts for that matter, if you don't want to wear glasses, but anything to want to, give off this new vibe of having other humans crave, desire, and give out this lust feeling. And then if all the negatives come back to you and they say, you know what? I underestimated you. Ignore them and just say, nope, you guys had a chance. We could have, build this beautiful, craving together and stuff like that. But instead, no, you already had to cast me aside and stuff like that. So, but that would at least be my suggestion. You don't even have to follow me at all, but that would just only be what I would have to offer for any kind of remedy. Okay. Let's see what Favale has. Ooh. The Eight of Swords. Okay, that's what Eight of Butterflies is all about. Okay. The Eight of Swords is kind of a bit of a glitchy card in the sense that, normally, it's like you see this person standing, like stuck, and blindfolded and stuff like that. So the thing is, yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like it applies unless, you pretty much just feel like, that you're stuck in, like, any kind of situation that you want to, will free yourself from and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I do see some kind of desire for you and stuff like that, but I would not, yeah, be worried in any way about, ever feeling stuck unless, any of this, will improvement, will does kind of make you feel like you're losing yourself and stuff like that. If you want to improve, please improve only for yourself and never for other people. Don't ever feel like that you have to change yourself to be accepted by other people, because the thing is, it's like, yeah, of course it's easier said than done. And of course, you want to be able to fit in with the normal crowd, and you want to be able to, yeah, just be accepted and stuff like that. But always do self-improvement and changes for yourself, just to make yourself feel happy and confident, and never, for the other person's sake, because the other person pretty much has no idea who you truly are. And if they just say, well, I want you to do this and that differently, change your hair color, I want you to wear different clothes, I want you to lose weight, I want you to gain weight, I want you to, do this and do that. Why would you want to be living according to somebody's standards? No. But anyway, again, 100% your prerogative, but that would just be my suggestion for you all out in this world. Okay, let's see what our beautiful French deck has. Ooh, le reclus. The Hermit. You could end up with the Hermit somewhere in the future. I mean, yeah, did you already get? I mean, yeah. But either way, okay, if you want to do a lot of self-reflection and introspection, I would technically do that. I mean, the thing is about any kind of rebirthing situation, any kind of transition is always painful no matter what. When you have to say goodbye to your old self. But the thing is, technically, nobody is ever, a different person, no matter what age they are and stuff like that. They're always technically the same person, but, sometimes they see things from different perspectives and perceptions. But the Hermit is wanting to have a bit of an introspection and wanting to kind of, go within, or, just kind of, will be in a confined space of saying, everybody just leave me alone. I need to be alone for a bit. So 100%, your prerogative, never feel like that, just because you want to be in hermit mode, yeah, there's really nothing wrong with that in any way. I've been in hermit mode for quite a long time myself. But either way, I just still think that, okay, it's good to do introspection and stuff like that. If you need to be able to recover or rejuvenate in your own way, please take as much time as you need, because there's no time frame for, for any kind of like rebirthings and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I want to wish you all the best of luck, because I'm going to have to leave it at this. But thank you so much for joining my channel. If this resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel for more vampire information for the future. In a few days, I'm going to go back to general readings. I'm going to go back and forth between general and love for now. I'm also open for personal readings, so if anybody wants to have a personal reading, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel and post in the discussion box, and then I'll respond to you with my email. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly and want to wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.